topics. So this first song here is called Namaropa, which is a ancient Sanskrit word, and it means name and form, because the premise of the song, or I guess the subject of the song, is not identifying with names and forms, that we're more than that. And so it kind of has that message, kind of encouraging people to look beyond the world for your happiness, so to speak. So we'll start with that one.
Some time. I got my very first guitar in Mexico with my parents. It was like $7, a little quarter-sized guitar, and I learned how to play Smoke on the Water on that, and just kind of like ever evolved from that, promising my parents retirement, for their initial investment. But no, we've been playing together for the better part of a year. We were work buddies at first, and we're kind of
We ain't been playing together that long.
Huh? No? Like
no,
6, 8 months, something like that?
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah. My time frame. But
yeah,
we were work buddies at first. And
yeah, about 6, 7 months. Yeah. But we've known each other close to a year.
Yeah,
we worked for the same. We used to work for the same construction company. I mean, we still work together.
Yeah.
So.
But we've been playing together and whatnot. We're trying to root together a little project, trying to seek out other musicians to collaborate with and everything like that. But thus far, it's been a real peaceful experience. Real nice playing music. He's a real good guy. I've been learning a lot of his practices and his ideations and stuff through this whole plethora of music that he has. You know, he's got a lot of written music. You know, I definitely like jamming to it. You know,
I didn't start getting involved. I always loved music, of course. Grew up listening to all kind of different genres, but I didn't start really getting into like playing or writing music, I guess, until my early 20s. And I went into the Army, spent some time in the Army, did some time in prison. That's where I really started getting into the yoga and writing songs and playing guitar. And I consider my strength to be, I guess, composing original songs, more or less just the melodies and the lyrics more than anything. Musically, I'm fairly limited, you know. I'm learning though, learning more and more, but there's certain things though that certain people are better at, you know, and so that's why I've kind of always wanted, and I like the idea of being a part of a group, you know. It's just, you know, you go and hear one person sitting there playing their guitar, and then when they're really good, it's nice and all, but when you have a whole band with all these different instruments that are weaving all these different melodies together, it's just, to me, it's just much more, I guess, I don't know, fun or however you feel. Just the feeling to me is better, you know, because I have played in a few bands over the years. Guys that I collaborated with, I've had people that have co-wrote a lot of these songs that I've accumulated. I have a lot of songs that are just melodies and lyrics. We're going to start going out, and we want to play, you know, we'll play just the two of us until other people come along that want to, you know. I told Zane that too, you know, as we go out and start performing out, you know, we'll run into other musicians that are, you know, they like the, because it's got to be more than just, you got to have more than just the music in common, you know, for a band to work. You got to be kind of on the same frequency or whatever, you know. Everybody's got to kind of be, or else you'll have, it's kind of like being in a family, you know. So you have your differences, of course, and your of opinion and whatnot, but it, you know, it works out.
When I write music, it's always just about, like, you know, if the human language could be limited, all of those spaces can be explained by, you know, music, and not even in a literal and verbal form and whatnot, but you have such you know, I guess for me it's emotion. It's all, you know, some of it's pain, some of it's love, you know, but like you get into these like almost ethereal grooves, you know, playing with other people, and especially him, like, you know, all the things that we've been doing and whatnot, but things cohere in such a way that it's, you know, that's definitely what inspires me. You know, I like making music that makes you feel, you know, like, and period, just feel, and that's it, you know.
Well, I think initially when I first started writing, well, actually the first song that I ever wrote, like music, lyrics, melody, everything, all by myself, it was based in yoga philosophy. So a lot of songs have been inspired from the yoga that I studied. I also studied Buddhism and Taoism and other Eastern philosophies, as well as the mystical aspects of Christianity and Islam, Sufism, all that stuff. I studied all these different religious paths, and I was 20 years old. I came home from the Army. They kicked me out for smoking pot, and I had my whole life wrapped up in that idea, you know, like the military was that was my life goal. I wanted to be a career soldier, the whole nine, you know. And when that didn't work out, I came home and just was kind of, I guess, aimless. I didn't really know what I was doing. Just started hanging out with some old friend of mine that I grew up with, and he had started hanging out with some kid that moved around. I'm not blaming nobody else, but you know, that your environment does have an effect on the type of person that you become. Until you're at least older and mature enough to realize that you can be whoever you want to be in whatever circumstance. But anyway, got in trouble with them, robbing a bank, and I'd never been in trouble in my life, never even been arrested, ever. And all I ever heard growing up is that, you know, you don't get they don't give criminals enough time. And so I rationalize that by saying, well, if I do get caught, I'm just going to get a couple of years maybe or something. You know, it's not going to be I didn't know the laws and none of that. 18 years, which in the federal system, you have to do 85%. So I ended up spending 16 years of my life in prison. And you know, everybody has a different outlook on that, but I chose, and everybody has a different experience in there, but I was fortunate enough to meet, and I was at least smart enough to hang out with older people at that time, and I met all kinds of different people from all walks of life. And I chose to gravitate toward, I feel like, well, somebody older than me that's been in here longer than me, they're gonna know more than me. So I was at least not that dumb or naive of a kid. So, but I learned from all that. I met a guy that knew yoga and was very good at it, good at teaching it. He taught me how to teach it, all that good stuff. And then of course the music, I met different people, different musicians, and then so the inspiration from the yoga, real life experiences, because there was a feeling of injustice, you know, and then I've seen other people and knew I've heard of other people that got, you know, I mean, it's insane, some of the sentences that they hand down to people for, you know, where it just does not fit their crime. And so there's songs about the injustices in the world, the plights of the world, you know. You get a lot of time to contemplate on different things, and then just interactions with other people. I got, you know, a lot of inspiration from that. So, and I never have really ever tried to like just sit down and write a song. I have, but it, you know, it just doesn't work. It just sort of happens, you know, and I don't try to force it or anything like that. So, but yeah, just all kinds of different things. Inspiration drawn from all those things. And yeah, I do like to try to at least write the song in a way where I think people can relate to it, you know. Different songs come about different ways, and this song is from, it originated, I was just reading a novel, and I came across a line in the novel, you know. It was something that one of the characters was saying where he said, I can't get her out of my head, or I can't get her out of my mind. And so it just, the melody just came, I can't get her out of my mind. And then it changed to I can't get you out of my mind, and I just made up a story. So it's not really about anybody or anything, really. It's just a story. But it's what I would imagine somebody in love would write. That's been in love for a long time, you know, and they're still real appreciative of their better half, or whatever you want to call it. But it kind of goes like this.
Sweet message.
Yeah, it gives everybody hope, you know. It goes, I don't know, exciting thing to me about, I don't know, playing music, like just playing it, I guess, or playing these songs is not as exciting as writing the song. To me, the writing of it is like, I don't know, it's like a, I can't, it's like a, it's like a high almost, you know, you're like, it's a natural high, you're just like, cause it's like, I don't know, energy or something that you're
Just this morning
interchanging
we
with.
were spitballing lyrics and whatnot, and it's like the only time that we're like, "Wow, dude, that was it," you know. And
Yeah.
like there's a lot of like energy and you know, excitement when it comes to like fabricating the songs and whatnot. And obviously there's a standard and there's a scrutiny. We're trying to play it the best we can and make it the best that we can. But writing it whenever there's just like that free goofiness and whatnot, you know, sometimes I put some dumb stuff in there. We both laugh and whatnot. But it's kind of cool being able to express yourself in that way whenever there's not much expectation. You know, practicing's pretty fun. You know, I definitely say that.
Cause I don't have a lot of experience playing out live in the public. We did shows in prison and that was in front of people. It's a little different, but I remember one song we were playing one time, and we were in the chapel at this prison, and it was a you know, a church environment. You had all these people from different religions though. It was you know, you had Christians, Jews, Buddhists, Muslims, Rastafarians, all those different religions in one. And I thought that was the cool thing about being in there. And I remember playing one of the songs that I had just recently written, and it's called Unify. And it's got a pretty, I don't know, and when I looked out there and we're playing the song, you know, and I look out there and when I seen the Rastafarians bobbing their head, I thought, oh, okay, I might be pretty good at this, right? That's a memory that kind of sticks out with me, you know, because it's like, wow, these guys like it, so it must be pretty good.
One of my favorite musicians, kind of like local to the genre that we play into, would definitely be Benjamin Todd and the Lost Dog Street Band. I've always had a real big respect for the way that he puts his whole heart and sleeve onto what he puts into his art and whatnot. It's a very heartfelt and soulfelt. You know, I like that type of that form of expression alone. It's very raw. It's very, very to home, you know.
As far as my favorite artist now, contemporary, still alive, and he's just performed last night, is Sturgill Simpson. I was first introduced to his music
That's what I was gonna say.
probably around 2020. A friend of mine back home in Alabama introduced me to him, and not only is he a good musician and songwriter, artist, he's a good producer. So it would be interesting to, get somebody like that, get somebody like that input on some of our music. And of course, I guess somebody that's not around anymore, I don't know, I'd have to probably go with, that's a tough one. Prince, I mean, he was another one that was a virtuoso and could do everything.
Oh yeah.
All right. And there was one more we got. This one was inspired by, different things going on in the world at different times, I guess. And there was just this one incident, I guess, that, I don't know, it was like the final thing that was necessary to make it come together. But the name of the song is At-one-ment, which, if you look at the word atonement, which means like whenever you atone for something, you have remorse or you feel bad about it, and you actually show that to people. And so, and you look in that word, so actually when you atone for something, you're acknowledging your mistake, and it helps you become a better person, but you're at one too, so it's like at-one-ment. And so that's kind of what the song's about, is like, oneness in the world, and people overlooking, what will appear to be the physical differences, you know, like the name and the form, like the other song talked about, not identifying with those things, because when you do, there's duality, right? So when you take one side, that automatically makes the other side your enemy. So if you can just accept everybody and the same and accept their differences and their opinions and leave it at that, then it'll help a lot of things along a lot better. So we'll end it with this one right here.